adventure in Pipeman on W4CY Radio.
This is the Pipeman here on the Adventures Pipeman W4CY Radio, and I'm here with
Pismark from Diabolisches Werk.
See, that's why I have bands say their band name, because I don't want to butcher it, and I never would have been able to say that right.
It's easy. It's Diabolisches Werk.
There it is.
Yeah, I guess for a non-German speaker, it's not that easy. I can understand it.
Yeah, so it's funny because I dated a German girl from Lingen. You know Lingen?
I guess it's somewhere in the south of Germany, right?
So, I don't know. It's a small town, like 250 kilometers from here.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I heard about it, but I've never been there.
So I tried learning German to communicate with her, and she used to laugh at me all the time because I wasn't saying anything right.
Yeah, I guess it's not the easiest language.
No, and you know what she told me, too, is it's like, because your language uses so many idioms that it's not really translatable. So you know what you're saying, and we have no clue.
Yeah, you're right. It's the same with our band name, you know. In the end, it's like an idiom as well, you know. It's just a bit with playing with words and stuff, but that's pretty easy to make that in German. But it's not possible to translate it or something. You know?
Right, like you couldn't tell me what it really is because
exactly.
It's not translatable. And I think people don't realize that there's some things that between languages you can't translate. That's why when you're trying to say something, they laugh at you because it's not meaning what you think it's meaning.
Absolutely, yeah. I agree.
So, here you are at Wacken. Did you expect it to be so freaking hot here? You're German, so it doesn't get this hot here usually, does it?
Yeah, actually not. You know, I I grew up in this area here, and actually, it's never that as hot as it's this year. So, but
I mean, it's better than last year.
Absolutely, that's what I wanted to say. I absolutely prefer this instead of that shitty weather last year.
Oh yeah, I'll take this over that for sure.
Yeah.
I live in Florida though, and this is hot to me. And Florida is like one of the closest you get to living in hell is Florida.
All right, yeah. I guess it's but isn't it a similar climate there? Very humid.
Yeah. Let me tell you what low humidity in Florida is. 95%. That's low humidity. It's pretty much 100% all the time.
Yeah.
You know, so between the weather and the people, it is definitely hell.
Yeah. I can imagine, yeah.
So, have you played Wacken before?
With my other band I played here before.
Okay.
Another German word for you then. The other band is called Endstille.
Okay. I could almost say that, but I have no idea how you probably spell it. But I do love your band. Even if I can't pronounce it, you know, your music, you know what it reminds me of? It doesn't even remind me of death metal of today. It reminds me of Possessed.
Funny that you say that, because Possessed is one of the influences I always had when I was writing the songs.
Nice.
And yeah, it's like Possessed was a big influence, as well as bands like Necrophobic, for example.
Yeah.
And so that's a style of death metal I really like. You know?
Yeah, so like I grew up on Possessed. I lived in LA in the 80s.
Yeah.
When Possessed first came out, and I remember when Seven Churches came out, I was like, oh my God. And there was nothing like it then, you know? And I kind of find it like weird that, not weird, but a lot of death metal bands, like they don't consider Possessed death metal now, just like black metal bands don't consider Venom black metal. That one I get because they were black metal way back, and now when I listen to it, I'm like, compared to black metal today, Venom sounds kind of poppy, you know? But then it was like the most brutal, heavy thing there was.
Yeah, and it's still, just Venom just released a new album. couple of weeks ago, and I think it's really still like them a lot. You know, the listeners can see it, but you know, I have this Venom tattoo on my arm.
So yeah, I was at a gig, and it got confirmed recently because I did an interview with Venom recently, and he confirmed it, that Kronos, it was Venom, Exodus, and Slayer, and Kronos and Tom Araya got into a fight backstage because Kronos was saying to Tom, like, you're not black metal, we're black metal. And I don't know, Tom said something to him and he punched him out. Kronos punched Tom out.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then, you know, sometimes stuff like that, you hear those stories and you think maybe it's lore. You're like, I wasn't backstage, I was at the show, but I heard about it right after the show. And you just don't know if it's real or not. I got it confirmed.
Awesome.
So I love when I could do an interview all these years later and confirm it, you know? But yeah, and then, so I was at the first crossover show ever, the first show that was punk and metal in the same room, because metalheads, if you had long hair, you couldn't go to a punk show. Yeah. You got your ass beat.
Yeah.
And punk, same thing. So this was at like this lodge, you know, like just it wasn't even a venue, okay? Yeah. And there was no security. The headliner on the metal side was Possessed. You had Possessed, Dark Angel, and this band Savage Grace that was a thrash metal band that isn't didn't make it like Slayer and Metallica, but they were pretty big there. And man, that was a wild show. And then I used to go see them up in the Bay Area, Possessed, and that's where it was really crazy.
Oh, yeah. Awesome, yeah.
So, yeah, but it is funny that, like, how brutal I thought it was then, and then if you talk to death metal bands now, they don't think it's so brutal.
Yeah. You know, if you said with that show you attended with no security and stuff, you know, yeah, this is... you know, the shows like 20 years ago was totally different, you know.
Right.
Like much more chaos, much more, I don't know. You know, like it was more brutal or something.
Oh, yeah, you could. In that show I went to there, if you didn't want to be in a pit, you better be outside. There was no safe place to hide.
No, never ever. I remember when I was like 16 or 17 years old, I was with my friends at a Morbid Angel show in Hamburg.
Nice.
When the show was over, I remember I had only one shoe left. That friend of mine was bleeding from his forehead. The other one guy lost 2 teeth, you know.
Okay, so these are gone. From climbing up on Marshall's stack and doing a swan dive, stage dive, the crowd moved.
Oh, fuck.
And the blood is on. This is my 80s battle vest. The blood is on here.
Oh, yeah.
But Possessed is at the bottom. Awesome. I drew everything on here.
Yeah.
And you can tell it's been through some brutality.
It looks like that, yeah.
That's a Venom patch.
Oh, yeah, what is left of that one.
Yes.
Awesome. So it's really a battle vest.
100%.
Yeah, awesome.
So, and listening to your music, like, there's something I want to clarify to the world. Like, death metal, people that aren't into it don't understand it. But when I was listening to your music, oh my God, the musicianship was amazing. Like, people think that are not in the metal community, oh, death metal, that's just a bunch of screaming, they don't know how to play their instruments. But it's the exact opposite. Death metal musicians are probably some of the best musicians there is. And that's why I heard in your music. It was like such technical, intricate, you know, like great musicianship.
Oh yeah, thanks man. Yeah, but I agree. You know, it's like for example, I played in black metal bands as well. You know, and I really love black metal. But it's much easier to play than this death metal because it's like death metal is more on point, more It has different techniques that you can
Right.
play, and so it's more varying, and so it has. There are often parts and that are really not that easy to play, Also, like, man, the as we were talking about Possessed, they are such fucking great musicians. I think the guitar player is also playing in Primus, isn't it?
Really? I didn't know
Primus or
that.
something? Yeah, but it's like he's an awesome guitarist, and so especially in all the drummers, and in death metal are, of course, I think that in metal in general, the drummers are really mostly like all killing it,
Yeah.
So, but especially in death metal, because there's so much in death metal. What I really love is so much double bass and mixed with blast beats and everything. So you have in death metal, you have like everything in it,
Yeah, and they used to make fun of back in the day that Possessed was just like a copycat of Slayer, and I'm like, what are they talking about? Possessed was like Slayer 10.0. It was faster, more brutal, I don't even get how they think it's even the same sound. Even the vocals, like, his vocals are not anywhere the same of Tom Araya's vocals.
Absolutely, I agree. I remember when I was, I think like 13 years ago, I got my first Slayer CD. And I thought like, oh man, this is really the evilest music in the fucking world. This is so evil. And then, you got more into the scene and, then when I listened then to Possessed for the first time, it's like, okay, they are even more evil than Slayer,
Right, exactly.
I still love Slayer, so much, and it's still such an, Slayer has also this the special sound. It's just, how they
the
mix
dueling guitars
Exactly,
between
and
Jeff and Carrie.
and the tunes they're using, and like disharmonics and stuff like that. And it makes their music sounds so evil,
Yeah.
But Possessed is still, that they even made it a bit more evil,
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Slayer's my favorite band in the world. I was at their first show ever.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And, it's funny, that was the beginning of, like, combining punk and metal, because Lombardo was a punk, Hanneman was a punk, Carrie was a metalhead, and Tom didn't even know about metal when he joined Slayer.
Yeah.
Can you believe one of the most well-known, brutal singers in metal wasn't even a metalhead?
Yeah, unbelievable.
Like, right? But because they combine that's what created thrash.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because that's what thrash is, and Lombardo was the first one to use double bass.
Yeah.
He was insane.
Yeah.
He's still insane. He plays in so many different bands, and he's like, what an insane drummer he is, And he can play everywhere. But I think a lot of newer bands should pay homage to those bands, because without them, there wouldn't be the genre now.
Absolutely, yeah.
And you made me laugh when you were talking about The Most Evil, because that reminds me. So when I got the first Venom album, Welcome to Hell, before that, the most evil stuff was like Number of the Beast, And I remember listening to this album and reading the words, and I got scared. I'm like, oh, this is fucking evil.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Right?
I had the same impression when I listened to that music for the first time. It was also, in my child room, I was
Right?
Oh, wow. Now it was like, like meeting Satan in person.
Exactly, right? Oh, man. So tell everybody how they can check out your music, how they can get your merch, how they can check out your tour dates and all that. And connect on socials too.
Yeah, we have a Instagram and Facebook page. If you search there for Diabolisches Werk, you will find us. Also, we're having a Bandcamp page.
Okay, cool.
Where you can buy our shirts, the vinyls, patches, and everything. So,
nice.
Yeah, so if you want to support us, check out our websites then.
Cool. And is there anything else you want to tell the listeners that we haven't discussed yet?
Sorry?
Is there anything else you want to tell the listeners that we haven't talked about yet?
Oh, yeah, maybe, you know, our last album, Against All God, just was released a year ago. We are already working on new material. Hopefully we can will record them soon. So you can expect a lot from us.
Nice. And speaking of your last album, okay, like I grew up at a time where you bought your albums based on how the album cover looked. Because you couldn't listen on a Spotify. There was no such thing.
Yeah.
You just had to take your chances.
Yeah.
And I was looking at your album cover, and I love the picture on there because you're taking a spiritual thing and turning it evil.
That's right. And you know, my idea was I did that cover on my own. You know,
nice.
Because you know, in times of artificial intelligence, and you know, you can make everything perfect. So I thought, like, oh no, I will. I want to go to the opposite way, you know, and make it unperfect, you know.
I love it.
So I drew it, and I glued it, and you know, and everything, you know. So and I was like, oh, there's a mistake. Ah, fuck it, you know. That's how I want it, you know, with mistakes and everything. You know.
That's the way it should be.
Yeah.
That's metal.
That's metal, yeah, absolutely.
Well, I'm glad you're here at Wacken, and thanks for being on the Adventures of Pipeman.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It was fun.
Thank you for listening to the Adventures of Pipeman on W4CY Radio.